What are we going to be talking about today? Today we are talking about The Lie that was built off The Blind Side, one of the most iconic movies before 2010. It was a critically acclaimed movie. Sandra Bullock won an Oscar, but it was all based on a lie. The movie follows a story about Michael Oher's life, and they portray him as a really uneducated individual. And once that family came into his life, he started doing better in school. He started playing sports. He was able to play sports. Even the first scene, she picks him up off the streets as she sees him walking to school, as she's taking her kids to school, and decides to pick him up and then help him get him enrolled in school. And basically it just shows his progression into being a star and the attention that he starts getting after he moves in with them. But also, that is also a lie, which you will find out later in this video. All right, well, let's get into this controversy. Apparently, Michael Oher was never adopted by his family. He was over the age of 18, which you cannot adopt an individual at that point, but apparently he did not know that. The family, I think, knew that, especially since they had to know that he was signing a conservatorship if he wasn't being adopted. But the big controversy is that he did not know that he wasn't adopted by the family. And through this whole time, he's been on a conservatorship, and it is still ongoing to this day, even though they're supposed to end at the age of 25. He is literally Britney Spears, but he did not know he was Britney Spears. And we literally had Leanne, his mom, playing this white savior Barbie and profiting off this, not only the movie, but the story behind it, going on shows, selling books, just the overall great attention that they got based off the movie. And Sandra Bullock's performance, let's be real, she slayed with that southern accent. But it just kind of overshadows the movie that now this controversy is coming out, and what are we supposed to think about the movie at this point? So let's dive into the big lie and let's find out what is happening within this family. So I've watched a couple interviews, videos, and I've read a couple articles on this topic. There was an interview that I recently watched about Michael Oher, talking about this situation. Right now I'm just going to read from an article because it kind of gives the gist of what is going on, the numbers of the money that was made, and the perspective of what Michael Oher says on his petition that he submitted to the court. The lie of Michael's adoption is one upon which his co-conservators Leanne and Sean have enriched themselves at the expense of their ward. The undersigned Michael Oher said the petition to terminate his conservatorship in the court of Tennessee. He's just basically saying they benefited a lot off this story, made a lot of money off this story, which is completely true. He was a ward of the state of Tennessee by the age of 11. He was homeless, and he said that his friend helped him enroll in 2002 in Bar Crest Christian School, where he played basketball and football. So if that's the case, the movie is already inaccurate because they're trying to claim that they are the ones who signed him up at the school. They are the ones who got him into football, which in the movie, I think he was pushed to do football because he was playing basketball at that time. But I just thought I would note that that was a lie. But I get it. It is a movie. You gotta sell the movie, so you have to make it more interesting. So the article says, where other parents of Michael's classmates saw Michael simply as a nice kid in need, conservators Sean and Leanne saw something else, a gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit, which kind of was. Oher alleges that summer before his senior year, after he became a legal adult in July 2004, the family offered him a place to live with their family in their home. The couple said that they would legally adopt him, and Oher believed him. So it seems like he was an adult when he went into his senior year, and I get it, he's still a high schooler, so I don't think he really knew about the paperwork, and I don't think he really knew that he wasn't able to legally be adopted by this family. He must have thought hey, this is a really nice family, I've known them for a little bit, and I feel comfortable moving into their house knowing that they're going to help me. As someone who has not been through that, I can't imagine the mindset that he was in at that time, being a homeless youth team and then having to constantly go and stay on the couch with, your teammates' parents or stay in their house. But here's the kicker, because this is where all the messiness comes in and where I think both sides are having a real issue. The family negotiated a deal with 20th Century Fox that led Michael without any payment for the rights to his name, likeness, and life story, while the family received a contract price of $225,000 and a 2.5% of the film's net proceeds, the petition says. We're going to get into this later, but the fact that the family already denied that they made any money off this movie is funny to me, because look at it. It's right there. 225K, 2.5% of the film's net proceeds, which means however much money that movie made, which it made a lot of money for the time, they got 2.5%. So let's do the math in a sec. The film, see, and this is the part. The film has grossed over $200 million, the petition says, and a $200,000 donation was also made to Leanne's charitable foundation. So, 2.5% of $300 million. Let's do the math. Let's do it. Just kidding, we're not doing the math because I can't find my calculator. And my phone, I'm recording right now, so I can't do it. But yeah, 2.5% of 300 million is a lot of money. It's not a little bit. The 2.5% you might think is not a lot, but a number that high, that's a lot of money. And the report also states that Michael made no money off that film, even though the family had a deal. And if he was part of the family, he should have got a cut of it. But apparently he did not get a cut. The petition accuses the parents of a breach of their financial duties as a conservators, so gross and appalling that they should be sanctioned by the court. So that's saying that they basically did all this on false pretenses. They knew while Michael did not know, and they just stood to benefit off of it. I just hope that we can find the truth within this story, because it's already crazy. I know I would be upset if this was my life and someone else is profiting off of it and I got nothing. Michael Orr is also upset of how he was portrayed in that movie, because he was portrayed as someone who was extremely uneducated, saying that he didn't know how to read and write, but he stated that that was really false. He knew how to read and write. He was doing better in school before he moved in with them. He was already an All-American football player before he moved in with that family. So, I mean, come on, connect the dots here. Connect the dots. They already knew he was going to be successful. They knew he was going to go to college for football. They didn't know, but I mean, with that type of talent, being an All-American already, they knew that they can capitalize off that. Let's be real. And if they didn't, it was just blissful ignorance. They knew. Sean, the head of the family, the dad, was a football coach at the high school. So I think he knew exactly what he was doing. But the main thing that Michael wants everyone to understand is that you don't need someone to come in and save you. You are able to achieve all this by yourself, and you're able to change the narrative within your life. He says that you don't need a savior. You have all the tools to achieve your dreams, which he's right. Look what I'm doing. Recording. Subscribe. Help me achieve my dream of being a YouTuber. But back to this. So the Tui family has denied these allegations. They said that they always acted in the best interest of Michael. They also say that they are proud of the role that they have played within his life, and that they are really grateful for the opportunity to be a part of it and to have helped him. So the major impact that this allegation has on the whole movie as a whole is that, we all saw that movie as a heartwarming, feel-good story, and now it's casting a big shadow, big unfortunate negative publicity around the movie which I guess all, publicity is good publicity. People are going to go back, watch that movie, see the parallels within what Michael is saying and what was in the movie, seeing what was not fact within the movie versus what is fact of what he's saying his life was like. This may raise the question of how adoption is looked at within culture, popular culture. Not everyone adopts for the right reasons. Some people literally are like, oh, you're going to be a star athlete, or you're already on the track to be a star athlete. Let me take you back in. It happens when athletes don't have their parents or one parent within their life, and they see that their child is going to succeed, going to college, about to go pro, and then all of a sudden they're back like, hey, what's up? I'm here. And then, it's just a slimy, grimy behavior. The type of people don't deserve to benefit off the fruits of that individual's hard work and labor. So it's really disappointing to see this story come out and to see that this might be the same type of thing happening here. Not the exact same type of thing, but someone being exploited off their own talent. So the couple also made a statement that reads, even recently when Mr. Orr started to threaten them about what he would do unless they paid him an 8-figure windfall as part of the shakedown effort, refused to cash the small profit check from the Dewey's, they still deposited Mr. Orr's equal share into a trust account, and they set up for his son based on what their attorney said. The two couple also stated that this is not the first time they tried to run this play or shake them down for money, which obviously we don't know to be true. And they said that one day they'll hopefully reconcile with him, and so things can get back to how they used to be. So yeah, that's the breakdown of what's happening with this mess. There's a lot of controversies behind it, and there's still a lot of things coming out, so there could be an update soon. We got to remember that this is a really complex issue where we're probably not going to find out everything that is true until later on in the year. I mean, I don't know. This is a trial, right? It doesn't think this has to go through a process. I wonder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, this whole situation is disappointing. It ruined the movie for me. I will never probably watch that movie again because the storyline behind it is tragic. And to hear that there might be some, bad intentions based on his adoption, I don't think I'll be supporting that movie anymore, especially since they get royalties off every purchase or every time someone watches that movie. That's it for today. That's it for this video. Hopefully I can update you soon on this situation, but stay tuned for more videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.